Welcome back, everybody. Today is Saturday, June 30th, and I am on 83 North, just north of State Route 16. And it should be a nice ride. It is very warm today. Spyder's saying it's 87, and I don't even know what time it is. It's not even 11 o'clock. That's ridiculous. You know, it's funny how, you know, 2 months ago it's like, oh, it's so cold, it's 20 degrees below normal. You know, we need it to warm up so we can enjoy the outside, and now it's like, oh, it's too hot. I'm going in. Can't take it. But I think today I want to talk about maintenance on the Spyder. So the last, I'm going to say 2 weekends, but it was really last weekend I replaced the rear tire. I went back with the Kumo Solus. You know, I love that tire. I just, you know, I couldn't find it. I called who I normally got the tire from, and they were like, no, we can't get it anymore. So I just made a rash decision and went with that Sumitomo, which did great. But, you know, I can tell a big difference with this tire instantly. You know, so the first thing I noticed is it feels like the sidewalls are a lot stiffer. Running the same amount of air. The tire's a little bit shorter and a little wider. You know, and I put many miles on this tire, and I know how it reacts, and you know, the tire's less than $100. And I should get 25 to 30,000 miles out of it, depending how hard I am on it. I also finally got to replacing the rear brake pads. I run EBC brake pads that I get from Baja. And I change them all. I try to change them all out at the same time, the front and rear. I get them as a set, you know, so you might as well. So they had just made contact with the rotor when I pulled them off, which is about 20,000 miles is what I get out of brakes on this thing. And then the rear wheel now looks like the front wheels. I had someone comment, you know, why didn't you do the rear wheel? You know, your front wheels look good. And I didn't do it because I knew I would be taking the rear wheel off to change the tire, and that would be the perfect time to do it. So that was last weekend, and then yesterday was Friday. So Friday, this thing got the oil change done on it. And I could be wrong, but I do believe BRP recommends you change the oil on the 1330 every 9,300 miles. I've had the oil change kit for a while, and I was just a few hundred miles north of that. I've never ever gone that far on an oil change, and I don't think I ever will again. The oil was extremely dirty, which, you know, you got almost 10,000 miles on it. It's going to be dirty. The consistency of it looked okay. I use Ames oil full synthetic. But I noticed instantly, I changed the oil, and I rode down to my son so, you know, we could sit down and have a talk. I could play with his dog. And it's amazing how much easier, how much less force I had to use on the shifter to bring it into gears. And I have the SM6, so it's a fully standard transmission like you get on most motorcycles. So even though BRP recommends 9,300 miles, in my tests, I've sent oil out to have it tested. At 6,500 miles, they show caution. They tell you, because it tells you change it now or don't change it. And it did not say I need to change it, just said caution, here shortly you will. So I think a good number, if 75 or if 6,500 miles it's still testing good, I think I'm going to start changing the oil on this every 7,500 miles. And I don't know if I said it or not, but I use the AMSOIL full synthetic, and then I use the Power Flow, I do believe it's what it is, oil filter kit, which comes with the filter and all the rubbers. There's 3 on the oil filter. There's 1 crush gasket on the tranny side drain plug. There's 1 crush gasket with 2 rubbers on the motor side drain plug. And it comes with all that, and it's $12-13. And through all of that, I only had, I discovered yesterday that I have a bolt that it's through the plastic. It's either cross-threaded or rusted, so I'm going to have to either drill it out or maybe put a little heat on the back side of it. But I don't want to warp or distort the plastics on this thing, so the best bet's going to drill it out. It's been out many times. We're coming up on 50,000 miles, and these side plastics, you have to take them off for anything and everything. And then I couldn't get the bolts adjusted where I wanted. Tension wise, it's good. It's just it's over too far on the pulley. It's out of its spec range by a couple millimeters. So I need to look into that and see what's going on. But when I had the rear wheel off, I spun the bearings. There's no noise to them. There's no slop to them. So I don't think it's a bearing issue. I don't know what it is quite yet. So I think the Spyder's ready for summer. I shouldn't have to do anything else to it. We got brand new brakes on it, brand new tires front and rear, new oil change. All we're gonna have to do is keep it washed up and any preventative maintenance items that come across. And I don't know where I'm riding today. Like normal, I'm just hopping on the Spyder. I'm 80 miles from home. So just to get to this point, I'm 80 miles in. And the only reason I know that is when I do my oil change, how I keep track of how many miles I have on the Spyder is I use the trip B selection. I don't pay attention to trip A. Trip B, I set it when I do an oil change, and that's how I know it's time to do another one. BRP is once a year or 9,300 miles, and I definitely do more than that in a year, so I don't go off of how many years, I always go off of mileage. An 83 is a spectacular ride. We're coming up into Ohio Amish country, and I don't know how far up I'm gonna come. Today, like I said, is very, very warm, and it seems like it's been forever since I've done hop on the Spyder and let's go do a moto vlog. I've been fortunate enough to do 3 small trips. One I have not posted yet, but my daughter and I went to New River Gorge. I always say it backwards. And then Norton, Virginia, and then I forget what the other one was. I went somewhere. Kentucky? Moorhead, Kentucky. I think that's what it was. So I think I'm gonna let everybody go. I'm gonna get down the road. I really enjoy listening to music in my helmet. I removed the stereo or radio, whatever you want to call it. I didn't listen to it that awful much. You know, I Bluetooth everything from the phone to my helmet. And then I can listen to it as loud or as softly as I like. But I really enjoy listening to music while I'm out on rides. So I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to get down the road. Like I said, I'm on 83 North. It's a fantastic motorcycle road. I've done this before, but not this direction. I came the opposite direction. So everybody take it easy. I'll probably come back here in a little bit. Perfect little section of a road when it's nice and warm out and you can tuck in behind some of the large trees and get some shade. And I forget where 83 comes out. I think it's right here at Killbuck, just right up the road. And I think I might just jump back on 60 and head back home, to be honest with you. But it's been a great little ride. I mean, we're 90 miles in and haven't had a break yet. And these are about, you know, how long my rides are when I do a weekend ride. And I'll do another one tomorrow. You know, I'll put another 200 miles on this thing again tomorrow. So I'm going to jump on 62 and Killbuck's 5 miles down the road. And that should take me to 60 and... been a nice little ride. Or I could follow 83 all the way up to Mechanicsburg, Sugar Creek, and then hit 93 and head back home. So many ways to get home. Hilltop Speedway. So on that, I'm gonna let everybody go. 60 is just as nice as 83. So if you're definitely in the area, I recommend both of these routes. 10 more miles up the road, it's the heart of Amish country. There's plenty of places to stop and grab some good food or walk through and see a whole bunch of little shops. It's a great part of the state, and these people are going slow. Come on, people. So on that, I'm gonna let everybody go. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment below. Definitely subscribe. This channel is everything about Can-Am spiders, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Take it easy, everybody. See everyone in a few days.